up? What's up? What's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Four Quarter Talk. I'm your host, Big Duke. All fire, no smoke, man. You already know what time it is. Listen, we're gonna get into it today, guys. We're gonna get into it. Um, First thing, guys, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff that the youth make when they first starting out, like on a fitness journey, when they trying to get right, trying to get buff. You know what I'm saying? They have really don't understand their bodies yet. So in today's show, we're going to talk about or share with you 5 common mistakes that the youth make, and actually some older weightlifters make to stop their muscle building and I mean dead in their tracks. So a lot of stuff that people they just not educated about the certain type of lifts. I mean planning, putting goals in motions and stuff like that. They're just not privy to that information or like thereof. They just sit there. I mean, go to the gym, listen to somebody who got a nice physique, you know what I mean, got good genetics and stuff like that. And that's what they do. And especially the youth, guys. We're gonna be seeing this coming up, especially in the weight room. It's all about how much you can lift. Not about lifting with efficiency, but just how much you can lift. You know what I'm saying? So these mistakes today can cause a lot of wasted time, wasted effort, I mean, energy, frustration, discouragement, and disappointment, and can cause said person to actually leave the gym altogether or leave anything that they're doing altogether if they don't be mindful and understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. So we're gonna open it up with my man Bruce Gold and the lovely Ebony. What's going on with you guys, man?
Good afternoon, my family. Good afternoon, Duke, Ebony.
Hey,
Great to be here, man. We're going to talk about some myths in the gym. We're going to talk about how to build muscle, how to keep muscle. And I mean, that's what most people get in that gym for. They see somebody looking good. They look at themselves. They say, man, I want to put some muscle on. And they don't even think about, most people don't even really, the guys who want to put muscle on, burning fat is not really on their mind. It's just putting muscle on. So, man, we can get into the whole fitness trip on this and all the myths. So salute to you, man. Salute, Coach Ebony.
salute, Coach Ebony. What's going on with you? Tell everybody who you are and what you're about, what you represent.
Good. Hello, everyone. I'm Coach Ebony, a wellness and fitness coach. My business is Shaping for You, and I help coach people to lose weight and also give them tips and rituals for and self care and a bunch of things, yoga, all that good stuff. But
No
so
doubt.
tonight is definitely a good topic about the errors that the youth, especially myself, have made in the past when trying to build muscle and get those muscles in the gym. So I'm looking forward to it, and let's go.
All right, all right, all right. Salute to everybody watching from a bird's eye view. Always showing love. Mr. Pass in the building. Salute, salute. Mr. Pass said he opened up. You know what I'm saying? Always, man. Mr. Pass always dropping a question, man. That's what we want you guys to do, man. Come in here and drop a question, man, and participate into the show. He said, Duke, have you heard of Liver King? He tells young people to eat raw liver, bro, and organs. Stop the show, man. Get out of here. No,
Mm.
no. I never heard of that dude, Mr. Paz. I don't know who that is. But I'm quite sure. I guarantee you this, Mr. Paz. I bet he got a big following. I bet he got a large following. I bet his following is not in the millions. I can guarantee you that much. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that you know what I mean, coming through like the ranks of bodybuilding and working out. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on old Rocky movies. My pre-workout was like watching old Rocky movies, cracking by eggs and just knocking them back. You know what I'm saying? No shake, no blender, and that's what I did. And then it transcended to muscle magazines, and I'm gonna show you here. You have Buddy on one page flexing like this, and then on the next page you're seeing his workout. You know what I'm saying? But unbeknownst to me, that workout was for him, and that magazine was paying him to put his workout and nutrition plan in there. It didn't work for me. And that's what we're going to tell you guys today, that a lot of newbies, when they start out, they look at everybody in the gym that got a more superior physique than them, that got, you know what I'm saying, that one of them old heads that they be looking at, and then they'll tell them, look, you just need to do this, you need to do this. The biggest thing that what happened to me when I was coming through the ranks, it was that behind the neck pull downs. When we do lat pull downs, pull it behind your neck. That was the biggest thing for me that I was brought up on and stuff like that. So, Brother Bruce, tell them some of the stuff that you were. And number one, Grinder, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, man. Grinder, salute my brother. I want to just say a quick thing about Mr. Liver there, bro. I mean, you know, people like to get gimmicks, especially when they're on the internet here, because see, there aren't too many gimmicks left. And even that liver bullshit, man, that was preached in the 50s, man. You know, you can go look at some of the old Charles Atlas characters, bro, and they preached that too. But see, we know more about that. We know much more about that now. I mean, liver, it's loaded with protein. There's nothing in there but protein. But you also got to remember what your liver does. Your liver is a filter for your body to remove toxins, bro.
Facts, man.
It's like your oil filter in your car, bro. I mean, you know, you're not gonna eat that. It's loaded with oil, bro. But I mean, that. See, that you have to make money on the internet. And Mr. Pad said you can tell the guys on roids. Well, see, you know, a lot of people can't tell. They look at everybody who's bodybuilding. They think they're on roids. They just see these muscles that they don't have, and they're like, a good way to get yourself self-explained to say, oh, he's on roids. But see, that's why we're here to pop those myths. I mean, there's crazy stuff out there, and people are going to buy into that. Like Duke said, who knows how many followers he's got, how many super chats he's getting, how many people are probably buying his liver powder or whatever that Christ he's selling out there. But so many myths. I mean, we're old school. Duke and I know, man. You don't fall for things like that. We've heard them before. We've seen them before. We know they're tried and true, and that's what Fourth Quarter's over here preaching every week, man.
Absolutely. And before I give it to you, Grinder, man, welcome to the show. I want you to hit this. Either you or Coach Ebony hit this. Salute to my man JM. JM, you made some really profound points, man, earlier today when I was working out with my young cat. He said some real powerful stuff. He said that but I want to tackle this right here. He said, when you weigh yourself and you see an increase in weight, how you know if it's fat or muscle? I gain a couple of pounds. Sometimes I have veins, vascular popping out, but not sure if it's muscle. So I want either Brother Bruce or Ebony to tackle that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can tell you how that works, brother. When you get to that range where you can't figure it out, you have to see somebody and get your body fat analyzed. It's a real simple procedure. I even think they have scales now that can tell you if you gain lean or if you gain fat. But yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Just get your body fat analyzed from somebody who knows what they're doing with good up high grade equipment, and then you can tell, because when you get your body fat below 10%, it's really hard, and you have to have the same person do the measurements because one nutritionist will tell you you're 6%, the next one is going to tell you you're 4%, and neither one of them are wrong, because you have to have your own style, and you get the same person to read your body fat. But yeah, brother, was it MG? I'm sorry, I missed the name.
Yeah, it's no, it was that was JM who asked that.
JM, bro. Yeah, get a professional to take your body fat and go see that same person every month, and that way you'll be able to tell if you're putting on fat or muscle.
And salute to Diving, always in the building. What's up? And AB Games in the building. What's up? Straight support right there. All fire, no smoke. My man, the number one grinder. And by the way, like Brother Bruce, like even right now, I'm 6'7" and a half. My body fat is last time I weighed, I gotta get down to 10%. Right now I'm at 18. I'm at 18.5. I want to say 18.5, 18.7, somewhere up in there. So with that being said, the number one grinder. Welcome to the program, fam.
Bro, you do not look like you're 18%, man. I've done 1,000 people's body fat.
I know.
Bro. And man, you must have a fat ass or something, dude, because you don't look like you're 18%.
Whoa. No. That's not a knock, guys. No. Y'all, everybody listening, no, because that's not a knock, because people don't realize that 18% is low. That's a low end to be.
Well, not for a bodybuilder, bro.
Right. To be 6'7", almost 6'8", and have and be 270, 277, 275. That's actually pretty low. But for competition's sake, I gotta get down lower than that. So it's not like a knock or this. They just don't.
Yeah.
You don't understand like the body fat. Like people around here, I mean, 30 and 40 and 30% and 40% and shit like that. So but 18.5 is like low as fuck.
well, see, I thought I was in good shape, and I had my body fat analyzed for the first time. I was 23%, and I said, "What?"
Right.
I mean, I'm hanging with guys who are complaining that they're going over 10%, you know, and they're not even competing. These are just gym rats. And man, you know, a body fat analysis, it's very important. You don't want to get that on a weekly basis. You want to do it at least a month, maybe even a couple of times a year, because most of the time you can tell if you're putting on fat or muscle.
You can tell.
That's like a duh. Just look in the mirror, just feel it. But when you get to that competition, that below 10%, you have to have it analyzed by a professional.
Hell yeah. People know that's what I'm saying. You can just tell, like, you know, when you understand how body fat works, and you look at the scale. I can pull up any scale right now, and anybody right now sit there and say 18.5%. They be like, "Oh shit, damn!" You know what I mean? You laughing for the wrong reason. So it's one of those things where they don't understand how it works and stuff like that. But we get it though. But anyway, the number one grinder, you got it, fam. What's up with you, man?
I'm good. Peace to the panel, to your families. Peace to the chat, and your family. I think this is a good subject to really talk about. I'm not, experienced like the rest of y'all is, but I think that this is the time that you really have to listen to the experts. I think that you gotta answer the hard questions, like Brother Bruce said, and the rest of y'all. You gotta go to the professionals, even including me, and you gotta know, because sometimes you can ask somebody that don't have experience. Anybody could push that weight, anybody could do yoga, but you gotta know there are certain parts of the body that you want to build up and stress. You go to coach. You gotta go to Coach Ebony. You gotta. That's the problem sometimes, that we just go by what the internet says. We go by what the right. Just like I always say, go to the experts. They will steer you the right way. But as we see, that you did earlier live, sometimes pride can get you.
Yeah.
Pride can get you. Sometimes pride can get you hurt. And so so what happened was, it's a reminder of me that there's certain things that I can't even do myself. So I gotta ask Big Do. I gotta ask Brother Bruce. I gotta ask Sister Ebony. There's nothing wrong to ask, y'all. The thing is like this. Put your pride on the side. Do you want to live longer? Do you want to live a productive life? What foods that you need to eat, because sometimes when lately I've been traveling, so I've been trying to get salads and stuff. I'd be seeing some good food, people like that. Ooh, but see, again, I think about I'm gonna get some salad, and drink some water too. Sometimes Sprite look real good, nah. Because sometimes you eat some dinner, you want something to dissolve, but sometimes when you think stuff like that, and it goes back, like be on platforms like this, it's very, very important to support it, because now there's something in my head. There's something, because even like a Big Dude could tell you, dog, come on, you know better than that. And sometimes you need to hear talk. We need to have these talks like that. You got to have somebody that gonna tell you, because that means they care for you. That means they have love for you. And when a person don't say nothing, that means it's a problem. So for me personally, I'm happy that being part of this and just learn from the experts. And then also when you're traveling too, this one thing, I don't want to go off subject and not pass it.
No, go ahead, fam. Go ahead. You got it.
When you traveling, talk to people about channels like this. When you see people talk about weight, it's like, yeah, man, man, I could put you on, but you gotta be serious. You know what I mean? So do whatever you can when you're traveling or whatever. Keep this conversation going. Don't let it just stand. Don't hold it in. Just push it out there. Give it out there, because you never know that person need help right then and there. So it's very important.
Salute, man. You're 100% right on that. I'm gonna just sit there and say this. I'm gonna let you get in that E, because I'm gonna know you want to get in there. But salute to my man Finnis, who came today. Who he came in and challenged me today. Saying, and I had to show him what my status was, and not to brag or boast and nothing like that. But I'm seasoned. I'm a seasoned vet, and he came in not with just I want to work out with you, but yo, I can take you down. You know what I mean? You ain't this and you ain't that, and I'm like, fam, listen, man, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. And but again, just like brother Bruce and Grinder said, ego, that male ego, you know what I mean, get into play. And then, you know what I mean, everything get, I mean, it hit different because what you guys didn't see is that at the end of the workout, I mean, Buddy threw up. He right there, he threw up, and his phone died, and he threw up. But it's one of them things like I put my time in, I put my work in to get to where I'm at. I had to go through the rigors of, you know, me me giving out bad information when I was in my 20s and stuff like that, learning, you know what I'm saying, evolving and stuff like that, learning how to do studying, you know what I'm saying. So I had to go through that, and he come in, you know, and I like to say he got had a little bump here and a little bump there. He wanted to challenge Big Duke, nigga, please. Anyway, but like I'm saying, you know, I hit different, man. I hit totally different. So I'm not a year one, year two guy who just started out doing this. You know what I'm saying? Brother Bruce to tell you, you know, I can tell you right now, I can't, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Let me disclose this for you guys right now. Everybody watching from bird's eye view, everybody in the chat right now. I can tell you off rip. Ain't no way in hell if I was up where Bruce at right now that I'd challenge him in a walking contest. No, I'm not doing it, man. Because that's not my, I can do it, but he'll beat me in that. But I'm gonna be humble. I'm gonna humble myself and say, yo, can we do it together? I can see what it feels like. Walking 2.5, 3 miles, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But Buddy came in today with the notion that he was just gonna simply dethrone me. And I'm like, man, you realize what the fuck you dealing with? But Coach E, go ahead.
Thinking about that age. He was thinking about that age, probably.
Right.
And also goes Sister Ebony point too. I'm glad you put it. It's all about education too. It's all about knowing the person. Education is the key. You gotta know when you want to deal with the vet, you gotta know what you get into. You gotta know how many years what they've been to. You have to know stuff. And then what happened with the homie? I'm calling the homie. I'm calling the young homie. I'm gonna call the young homie. Young homie, stay in your place. What happened was you gotta stay in your place. You gotta learn. This is the time you have to learn. And sometimes that man ego could cost you a lot. Sometimes it can cost you a lifetime. And so by going back when I look at it, when I look at the live earlier, you know what I'm saying? If Big Dude really want to give them, he could have, and they would have been, would have been a side case for him. But Big Dude showed him and said, look, man, hey, humble yourself. I don't know. And, I can help you out. But see, it's like this, like the old people said, don't cast that check. You can't spend it. He couldn't try to cast a check. He couldn't spend it. And so for me personally, it gave me that reassurance that I learned from, now the reminder of him. I wish I could have talked to him. I say, this man did it for a long time. Yo, learn from me. I'm 56. Sometimes you gotta humble yourself. Humble yourself. It's not a weak thing. It's a strong substance, especially us as men. I don't know. I just want to get better. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But see, the sad thing about it, then you got these men out here. That pride gets in the way, and you become sensitive. Mm-hmm. And so that's another issue that we got to talk about. But I'm glad today we see that when a person have experience, nothing cannot take away from experience. Nothing cannot take away the dedication. True. And then I think that for me to be part of, see what Coach Ebony do, see what Bruce do, and see what you do, it gives me the reassurance that I'm in the right place. And I think that no matter what age you at, there's nothing wrong to seek out education. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And we got to do that more. You got to humble yourself. When you humble yourself, you learn more. You be better for that at the end.
Salute, man. I appreciate that. Before we get into this video, I want to show you guys, tell you guys something, everybody that's watching. And this right here is a prime case of this lady has over, I don't know, so many hundreds of thousands of followers. And this video that I'm going to show you guys got maybe, I think it's 3-point-something million views. But the information she is spewing is wrong. Mm-hmm. But when you see it, based off the numbers of followings that you see, you be like, oh shit, is right. If you aren't trained, if you don't know, you will see this and be like, oh yeah, that's right, because look at the followers you have. You know what I mean? Compared to somebody like this right here, channel barely, you know what I mean, just over 1,000, you know what I mean, subs, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody who really don't know what they're talking about, get all the credit, get all the accolades, get all the push. But somebody like us around here know what we doing, been in the game a long time, you know what I'm saying, get pushed to the bike burner. So I'm gonna ask Brother Bruce, you want to say anything before I show the clip?
No, bro, nothing I can add to what you guys already said, bro. Go for it. Yeah, you know what I'd like to add? Demetrius Brett, my brother. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming by to fourth quarter, man.
Salute Demetrius in the building, always showing love. Demetrius, what's up, man? What's up with you, fam? So, all right. So she's talking about these just video clips that she is showing, but she's talking about what she's doing, showing these video clips. So this is not her, but she's just talking about the lady while she's doing the exercises. And I won't be stopping the video because it's a lot of BS that I heard that need to be said. Let's address it. Let's go.
Weight that she used, I just used a 10-pound weight. I didn't want to overexert myself, but I did it on each side for 30 seconds. I would rest for about 15 seconds. 20 seconds was the max, and then I would go back and hit it again, and I did that 3 times over. And this, what you guys see her doing right here, I did that 50 times, and then I would rest and then do it again 50 times, and I did that 3 times over. This one right here was 30, depending on the resistance and how light the weights was, and or the resistance band. It just depends, and you guys do it at your own pace, but the goal is just to hit those back muscles hard.
Wrong.
Okay. But see, when people hear that, the first thing they say is hit those back muscles hard. And she's doing lateral raises.
Right.
See, that's what I'm saying. And it's videos like this. I don't want to disclose a name because she already got tons of goddamn subs, and this video got over 3-point-something odd million views. But Brother Bruce, I'm going to chop it up with Brother Bruce on this right here. But when you hear somebody saying that, the key is to hit those back muscles. I don't know when the last time I did a lateral raise and it targeted my back. It targeted my shoulder griddle. It targeted my trapezius muscle. It targeted my outer deltoid, and that's what it hit. But I don't know when the last time I did a lateral raise and it hit my back. Let's hit it again before I give it to you, Bruce.
Those hard, is to hit those back muscles hard, really hard, because you want.
All right, go ahead, Bruce, before I get into this bullshit what you're looking at here. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, you know, the first thing any newbie learns in the gym are your specific body parts, and there aren't too many of them. You don't have to be a genius to figure out. You work your legs, you work your back, you work your chest, you work your biceps, you work your triceps, and bango, you do it all over again next week. There are different variations. This girl is in great shape. She knows what she's doing, but she's out to sell.
No, that's not her, Bruce. That's not her.
No, not her. The girl before that.
No. This is not her. The lady just doing the exercise. She's talking about the exercise that she did.
She's critiquing her. She's critiquing her. Well, she's doing a totally different muscle group than she's talking about that she's working on. And see that it's the lack of education in your muscle groups. And like I said, any newbie in the gym learns that after a month in the gym, you learn what muscle groups and what particular exercises you do to stimulate those muscle groups. And bango.
Exactly. Coach E, you got it.
Yeah, she definitely should have watched a video or a pamphlet or something, because I could see like she was just critiquing it wrong, because she just kept saying hit those back muscles hard.
Oh, it get worse.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, what? But it ain't nothing. That's the wrong one. If anything, because I think I did a video recently showing people to do those, but it's going to target this. It's going to target your these areas and stuff like that. But the back muscle, that's not gonna. How that's gonna do that?
Right. They don't got nothing to do with back. Exactly.
They have nothing to do with back at all. So she
that's lateral delts. That's
Yeah.
His lateral depth
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So this is what
one
I
of
do.
the smallest muscle groups you can be working on.
Exactly.
See.
And just like Brother Grind said earlier, man, it's not wrong with educating yourself. But here's the thing before I let the video continue, guys, and everybody watching. Again, that would just fly over somebody's head and somebody would hear that and then go into the gym and do lateral raises and say, yeah, I did some back exercise and stuff like that based off the views and the subscribers you got. Again, this video you watching right now got over 3.5 million views. 3.5 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Compared to our 9 people in the chat. You dig what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
So you want to add something to that, Grinder, before I continue?
Yeah, I want to add that that's why it's very, very important. You cannot learn everything on the internet. You got to go outside the internet to get the main resources. Not everything on the internet is right. And there's a lot of people be misled. And then when they get hurt, oh, I should have done it. No, do your due diligence. Use internet as like casual stuff. But when you do play with your life and muscle and stuff, you gotta go outside the internet or even like check stuff like this. Do your own investigation. I mean, like this is why it's so important that we got support stuff. We got people, our experts in here. But this part of misled what she doing, and that's wrong. And that's wrong. It's got to be called out. It's wrong.
Let me address this real quick.
Let me hit that question too.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah, I was gonna get the young fella too though. But go ahead, brother. You got to take it.
Yeah, JM, absolutely. You know, there's this thing, the mind muscle connection. Once you achieve that, man, you're on a different fitness level. I mean, when I got to the mind muscle connection, I could train muscle groups independently, and I could will them with my mind. That's where the resistance is going. That's what I could flex. I could flex with a muscle rather than moving the body part. The mind muscle connection is a beautiful thing, bro. Strive for that. And once you hit that grasshopper, you are on another level.
And just to piggyback off that before I let the video continue. Salute. Shay Love is in the building. First time I think I seen you in here. Salute. Thanks for being
I
in
see
the
her
building.
around, man. Shout out to Shay Love.
Salute. Sheed, I got another one. Sheed, I got me one. And another one, fam. Sheed. I had to do work today. Sheed. We here, Sheed.
She's everywhere, bro.
That's my G right there, Sheed. Listen, like Brother Bruce said, JM, if she may be talking about the mind muscle connection, stop the show. If she did that, then she'll know what muscle she's working. You see what I'm saying? So if she had a mind muscle connection, then she'll know exactly what muscle she's actually working instead of misleading the people. So it's true.
Right,
it is a real thing. Right. It is true. Now the second part of that is the mind muscle connection a real thing or just a myth? No. That's a real thing. But the first part of that, you know what I'm saying, is that if she knew what she was mind muscle connection, she'll know what body part she'll be working. So let's continue, guys. Let's continue.
Those hard, really, really hard, because you want that back to be.
Stop the show. Now, this demonstration is even wrong. So right now is what you see is a tricep dip, okay? If you look right here, guys, this is called the shoulder griddle, okay? Where you see that mouse at, that right there is anterior delt. On the side is the lateral delt. And then back here is the posterior deltoid. Now, delt means deltoid. So in other words, all that right there encompass what we call the shoulder griddle. Now, with her body weight being so far from the chair, she's putting a lot of torque and a lot of tension on anterior delt at this point. She's not even working her triceps. You see what I'm saying? So now you got all this stuff out here, guys. This is what we try. This is why I wanted to show this video in this right here, because even the demonstration of what she is talking about is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And doing it. So look
Chiseled,
at this right here.
and the more chiseled that back is,
that have nothing to do with triceps. But let's continue.
The more that you have a chance at burning and blasting away that back fat. Now this right here, this worked the arms. That what she was doing in the chair, worked the arms and
work the arms. I mean, be more specific about what you're talking about. Work the arms.
What part of the arms?
Exactly. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Again,
when people would say it's arm day in the gym, I would cringe.
Brother Bruce and Ebony, it's one of those things where I want to know, because again, I want to bring this home. This video got over 3.5 million views. Just right here, just work the arms and go right to the next exercise. But let's continue. Let's go. I'll stop it.
And probably the back too. I don't know. I was just trying to get it in any way that I could. And these are all the exercises that I did that I just want to show you guys that I did.
Right.
And this right here, same thing. 30 times, took a break, did it over again, 3 times over. And that pretty much was the uniform of workouts that I was doing over and over again. Push up.
And Coach Ebony, Grinder, and Bruce, and let me be real serious with you guys real quick. This the part of the game that I don't like, especially being in the fitness game. This what people will say. Well, at least she's doing something. She's trying to show something. You see what I'm saying? Or at least she's doing something. But at the same time, you not really educating anybody about what the F you're doing. You got to be mindful what you're putting out here. You got to be mindful, because people will see this and they will follow this. Brother Bruce, Ebony, you got it before I continue?
Yeah, it was the
I
don't know. It was the I don't know for me. That's probably where I would have stopped. I mean, any smart person would have just been like, yeah, no. We finna just stop watching this all together, because she said I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
That's not educational when you said I don't know. Even a person that's not into fitness, I'm all right. You said arm. What part of the arm? What part of the leg? What part of the muscle that you working on? And see this one, I'm saying, like, listen, I'm not in fitness, y'all, but at least I know. I mean, I would ask, Sister Ebony, Brother Bruce, Brother Duke. I want to know what she doing right now. Is it hitting the muscle? You gotta ask questions, y'all.
Fact.
You gotta ask questions.
Fact. And Brother Bruce, this next part coming up, I was gonna hit it, but I'm gonna save it for you. I'm gonna give you the honors on this next one coming up. Let's get it. Let's go.
Push-ups, I cannot stand push-ups, but I had to do it. I know that's a part of hitting your back, but with the push-ups, I only did 15.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear that? Let's run it back. Hey, I want everybody in the building. Did you hear this? Let's go.
But with the push-ups, I only did stand push-ups, but I had to do it. I know that's a part of hitting your back, but with the push-ups,
Brother Bruce, is all yours, man. You got
it. Well, I mean, first of all, any exercise that has push included in it is not a back exercise. All back exercises are pulling exercises. I don't care if you're doing a deadlift, a seated row, one-arm rows. What we just saw with the band, that could have been turned into an awesome back exercise. But when you do a push-up, you're using your pectoral muscles, you're using your triceps, you're pushing, and I mean, it's just so much bullshit on the internet. You really have to pay attention, because anybody who could do that and say working your back, I mean, look at the back muscles. They're almost dormant when you're doing a push-up. And that mind muscle thing that my brother was talking about, my brother JM, absolutely, man. When you're training, you can't even train your forearms properly unless you have that mind muscle connection going.
Right.
I mean, it's all this is real. The stuff out there, it's comical, and the sad thing is people take that seriously. I mean, those people, you can see that they're models. They're in great athletic shape, but they're just showing you wrong form that's going to hurt you. That really is going to waste your time. You'd be better off going for that walk with me, like Duke is saying, than doing those improper exercises like that. So hey,
message.
Okay, here we go. All right, Brother Bruce, that's the last alley-oop I'm going to give you like that. That was too easy right there. But listen, it's one of those things, guys, where when we see this right here, you know what I mean? Like Brother Bruce said, I can't even go in on that no more. And she's confident in what she's talking about. Let's run it back.
Stand push-ups, but I had to do it. I know that's a part of hitting your back, but with the
wrong.
I did that 3 times over. But with the weights, as you guys can see here, she's doing with the weights, I was able to kind of just like blast through that with some light weights. But those push-ups, when I tell you guys, they really got me. I cannot stand them. And if you do not like push-ups, don't do them if you don't want to. But these things what I'm showing you guys is what helped blast away my back fat. And I was super diligent. I was dedicated because I wanted that back fat going. I literally thought
You listen, man. You talking about doing front raises, lateral raises, push-ups, and you talking about getting rid of back fat.
It's
Man,
if you don't want to do the push-ups, if you don't want to do them, don't do them.
Don't do them. Don't do them.
What kind of advice is that?
Right. And it's one of those.
This back stuff, like, and then she don't have. You can tell she has no goal. She working out with no goal, because how you saying I blast through those with some light weights? That's not the objective of doing that workout.
Right.
It's not to blast. You are supposed to. Lord,
No, I'm gonna tell you how crazy it sounds. You got AB Games in here who work out, but even she can acknowledge the fact that she sound foolish. And look at the laugh emojis. It's one of those things, people. Well, what we trying to sit there and tell you is that, again, I'm gonna ram it down your throat. This video got over 3.5 million views. 3.5 million. You know what I'm saying? Not 3,500. You know what I'm saying? Not 35,000. 3.5 mil views. And this what is being put out there. Go ahead, Granny, you got it.
And you know, go more your point. Think about your $3.5 million, 3.5 views. And she said she blasts away with a lighter weight. I'm being with a lot of weight. Listen, I'm not into what they doing. Listen what I'm saying. 3.5 million views. I blast through a lighter weight. That should be alarming. Period.
Right. Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like my man JM said, the only push-up exercise that worked the back a little bit is reverse push-up, but I don't like how that feel. I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what a reverse push-up is. So what is a reverse push-up? Anybody know? You know what that is, Brother Bruce?
No.
I can't help you on that, JM.
Talking about like from behind, or whatever, your arms are behind you. I'm thinking that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, JM. I never heard of a reverse push-up. Yeah, I'm lost on that one, fam.
They got like a yoga move that's
okay.
Be similar to that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I won't be doing that or even trying that. I'm gonna leave that right there, JM. But yeah, I never heard of that one. But again, I had to bring that here, you know what I'm saying, to you guys before we get into the PowerPoint and let you guys know. But that's some of the stuff that's being put out there, and it's out there. And that was put out in 2020. You know what I'm saying? In 2020, it was put out here. And it's one of those things where, again, with the amount of subs she has and the amount of views she has, I mean, it's being pushed. It's being pushed.
And that's people not reaching their goals because of stuff like that. And then people are wondering why they're not getting that, especially when she said I blast through with a lighter weight, because that's not going to help you get the muscle gain that you need when you're talking about gains. And the whole time she said it a couple of times, because I want to talk about way back in the video when she said, yeah, it just depends on, I had a lighter, everything is just lighter,
Right.
and that's totally opposite, especially when you're trying to get muscle gain.
Right.
You working out those areas. I can see you starting off light and you do the progressive overload, but everything was just light with her. Like, I blast through it, so then everybody thinking that it's supposed to be so easy.
Right. And that's what thing we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about today, guys. I don't give a damn what you do. You gotta put your body into a state of progressive overload to see any type of result. You gotta put stress on the muscle. You got to, it's a must. If you're trying to see any type of change, you're trying to see any type of striations in the muscle, you can't keep doing just 5-10 pound dumbbells and just okay, cool, and expect things to change. Ain't nothing gonna change. You gotta put your body into a state of progressive overload. So This is one of the things that this is from 2000, I think 2008. And Brother Bruce, this is our wheelhouse right here. So just like you hear me and Brother Bruce talk about this a lot. It's like on the right side, on the left side, you'll see Buddy, doing shoulder presses and squats and stuff like that. And then on the right side, you'll say, look, you know what I'm saying? The what it say, if you can read that, if y'all can see that, the clear pill that helps build lean muscle, clear muscle. And this was like when we was coming through the ranks, this what was put out here. And this was our social media right here. So this what all we seen from Paul Dillette, Arnold, Franco Colombo, Dorian Yates. This is what we seen all the time. So, Brother Bruce, you got it before we go into the PowerPoint.
Yeah, I've never even seen that supplement. I thought
Yeah.
I pretty much saw them all. That must be in the last 5-6 years or so. That must be a new one.
Yeah, I'd never seen it either, but they come out dime a dozen. But it's just the visual of that somebody would see Buddy.
For sure.
Yeah,
And you can see you can see Buddy down below who's doing the shoulder presses. I mean, he's got that whole back all laid out, and that's where you can get the misconception that he's doing a back exercise there.
Right.
But, I mean, these are chemically enhanced bodybuilders, and some of those muscles might not even be lean mass muscles; they may be oil filled.
There you go.
But it's cosmetic, and hey, if I'm going to take clear muscle, who knows what it is? Muscle Tech, they're notorious for underdosing their products. But this is how they sold it. We looked at people like that. I only did for a little while. I learned the game real fast, but that was a selling tactic. That's the way they sold a product like this. And I don't know if anybody's ever used that. Let me know how it is. I'm kind of interested now that I see it. I don't even know what's in it.
But yeah, I don't even care. But it's from the youth standpoint. Like I said, you get, because I train a lot of kids, and they see stuff like this. You know what I mean? But now it has transcended from, something like this right here, what you see within, this was a magazine, to like the social media, and Instagram and TikTok. So they'll see this stuff right here, and then they'll see him right here. Oh man, damn, I can take that, because I hear it all the time.
I still can't get over the dude who's eating raw liver, man. I mean, it's
that's bizarre, man.
But dude, that's how it is out there. You can get a following. You can do these bizarre things. That clear muscle, that could be ground up gorilla. Hey, look at how big a gorilla gets, and he only eats bananas. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take that after my workout for sure. I mean, that's how you can you can sell these things by snake oil salesman. That's what a lot of them are. And I mean, we're in the business. We know how it is, and there's only one way to build your muscle. That's by training hard and eating correctly, man.
Facts, man. All facts. So, Grinder, you got anything you want to add before we get into the PowerPoint, fam?
No, I'm good. Thank
You good? You good to ride? All right, guys. So now we're gonna get into the PowerPoint. We're gonna talk about, like, again, 5, like, especially, training mistakes that when the youth, they'll do, when trying to build muscle. And this goes for females too. And then again, too, this can apply to some older, men and women out there who just don't have a plan, who just not knowledgeable about, working out. So the first one is, all right, is overtraining. Okay, so let's go through it. It has been one of the most common mistakes a young beginner weightlifter makes, and that is overtraining. To build muscle, one must be patient. Again, put emphasis on the word patient. And most young guys don't see results as quickly as they would like. Then they opt out for PEDs. For those who don't know, PEDs is performance enhancement drugs. Okay? There's part 2 of this right here. Second bullet point. Impatience and uneducated people who want results now mistakenly believe that more is better. By adopting this belief, they end up training more often and longer, doing more exercises and performing more sets than is necessary or required in order to stimulate muscle growth. Okay? So in other words, what happened is, I'm gonna go back to the word, and I wish I can highlight that, is patience. They don't understand to have the patience that it takes. It took time for me to get up on the 405, 435 on the bench press. It took time for me to get up on the 475 on the squat rack. It took time. It didn't happen overnight. And that's one thing, Brother Bruce, Coach Ebony, and Grinder, that especially a lot of the youth don't understand, that it takes time. And when they don't see that time moving quickly enough, then they opt out for a quicker method, and that is PEDs. Go ahead, guys. You got it.
Yeah, see, before I learned how to avoid overtraining, the word was a joke to me. It was a word for weak people. I say overtraining. Yeah, that's because you don't want to go to the gym today. And I was in the gym every day. But see, once I hit a decent physique, I'm not going to say a competitive physique, but a decent physique, I was seeing negative results because I was working it too hard. I wasn't resting properly. I wasn't feeding the muscles properly.
Mm-hmm.
When I hooked up with a nutritionist and a real personal trainer, a certified personal trainer, I learned to train smarter and not harder. And bro, I saw my arms grow an inch. I saw the waist shrink. I mean, I unbelievable things. But yeah, overtraining is real. And that's why I see that brother laying down there. I don't know what he was doing, man, but that's what happens. Your body breaks down. You keep going, I mean, it's real. You have to rest the muscles. You have to feed the muscles, and that's the only way that they're going to grow.
Exactly. I'm gonna say this before I give it to you, Coach Ebony. When I first started in the gym, I can recall it was Gold's Gym, and when I was just seeing all the equipment in there, I was used to bench press 225 every day, every single day, and I was wondering why my chest wasn't like growing and stuff like that because I was working it too much. I never gave it time to recover. I never gave myself time to mend and heal back up. So, brother, it is a real thing. You can't sit there and work a muscle over and over and over and don't give it any type of recovery time and expect it to grow. It's not going to happen. Coach Ebony or Grinder, you got it.
Yeah, it's you kind of really just helped me go into what I was gonna say because I had to tell a couple of people that too. Like you said, giving the muscle time to rest. I know people like that'll go in and they'll be working the same muscles, 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, are just doing the same thing and not switching up muscles, and stuff like that. So, and then they end up being hurt, or like you said, if it's not seeing no results, but mainly I'll end up being injured because they're not letting those muscles rest. They just going in there and just working those same muscles over and over again due to not being educated and just trying to, okay, well, I'm gonna do like Bruce said, today is arm day. So, and then they just go in there and they just doing all of this stuff, and being in the gym for 2 hours on all of these machines and doing all this stuff, 4 and 5 days a week, and then wondering why, why they're in so much pain, and then why they're not seeing any progress.
And I'm gonna say this. Go ahead, Bruce.
JM has a question out there. He says, "Is working out for about 2 hours a day for 6 days a week overtraining?" Duke, you can take that.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's overtraining. That's what I was gonna go to next.
But the thing is, man, what do you do in those 2 hours in the gym?
Right.
That's why do you go 6 days a week? That's
where I was going with it.
There you go.
Go ahead, finish up, Bruce. Go ahead. I go after you, bro. Go ahead.
All right, man. I'm just saying it's an individual thing, and I know some people who would spend 3 hours a day in the gym, but they see I go in the gym and I work intensely, and I very seldom spend more than an hour in the gym, and that includes a half hour of cardio, because if you can get in there, I don't do downtime. I'll go from one exercise. I'll take a minute or two, a minute between sets, and just keep banging them, and then I get out of the gym and I feed the muscles. But man, if I did the workouts that I did 2 hours a day for 6 days a week, that's when the structure starts to break down. So I mean, just kind of evaluate how much quality time you're spending in the gym, and maybe it's not working as well as you think it is. Kind of step back and try something else. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right here. So when you go into the gym, your three major, your chest, your back, and your legs, especially your legs. I would sit there and say, if it's a leg day, I would sit there and say that's probably the only day that you can sit there. I can see you going over an hour. Reason being because you want to go in the gym, maybe like a 10-minute warm up, 10 to 15-minute warm up, and then you go into your legs. Reason why I say your legs is a big muscle group. So it requires more blood and oxygen. You're gonna require longer recovery time doing said legs. So if you're doing like 5 or 6 sets, then good, heavy, intense weight, you're gonna need a longer recovery time to actually get up and do it the next set efficiently. So like Brother Bruce said, it's the intensity that you put into the workout, not the duration of time that you're in the gym. So you could be in the gym, 2 hours putting a collage of workouts or exercises together and sweating, but at the same time not being really efficient, you can do arms, legs, chest, back. You could do all that stuff together. But if you was to sit there and train legs, that requires more recovery time because you're dealing with a big muscle group. So yeah, I would definitely say 2 hours in the gym, 6 days a week. I would sit there and say that's a bit much, unless you are, some type of athlete, you really training for something. And we haven't talked about this. What are you doing post workout? You got to treat the muscles. If you sitting there, one thing is I go to Emmett Smith all the time. After every training session, Emmett Smith got a massage. You know what I'm saying? You got the ability to sit there and break up those muscle fibers and stuff like that, and get some type of treatment like that. Hot cold contrast and stuff like that. You got the ability to do that day in and day out. Then yeah, I can see you doing that on an athletic standpoint. But just day to day, there's no reason for it to be in the gym no more than 2 hours if you're doing arms or something like that. Move to the next.
Come on, Duke. Arms.
Yeah, he's saying, well, I'm just saying, yeah, arms, yeah. I hope he ain't in the gym 2 hours doing arms and triceps and biceps. I hope not.
Well, see, I used to see a lot of cats who used to go in the gym on a Sunday and they do like obliques. They do wrists and forearms. Mashed potato days we used to call them.
Yeah.
That's if you're a gym rat. Some people like being in the gym. Some people that's where their friends are. That's where they see the hot babes. I mean, some guys they thrive in the gym. So we're all different. And just think about that. If you want to go in there and hang out, then that's your hangout. It's not a bad place.
But he's not hanging out though. He's talking about working out.
If
if you talking about working out, then you ain't
face value. You're definitely overtraining. But there could be circumstances there, and hey,
right. So the second one, guys, the second mistake that we see enough is that you're not consuming enough protein and calories. Okay, I wish I would have pulled up the slide. I forgot to download it. I wanted to show you guys that visual of what, like Brother Bruce said in the last show, a good quality calorie look like versus a bad one. They look the same, but one gonna give you a lot more benefits than other. Let's get into it. No matter how much or how hard and how well you train, if you do not consume enough quality, put emphasis on the word quality, calories and enough lean protein, your muscles will never grow. All right, I'm telling you now, then shit, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Training and exercise are only stimulants to cause growth and adaptation within muscle tissue. But if you want to grow and adaptation to occur, you have to supply your body with proper nutrients. And we talk about this all the time. Again, I tell you all the time, guys, when you work out and you train it, all you're doing is stimulating the muscle. But you got to feed the muscles quality protein and quality calories. I'm going to give it to Grinder. You up first. You haven't spoken in a while, fam. You got it?
I think he's gone.
He off?
Yeah.
He's off.
That's why he hasn't spoken.
He wrote in the private chat.
Oh, okay. He had to go. Okay, cool. All right. Brother Bruce or Ebony, you got it?
You could go, Bruce.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. After training, it's so important, and that's why now they have the liquid drinks that you can make. You can give yourself the equivalent of everything you see on that tray, or all the protein there. You can consume that in a delicious shake now. And after working out, that's when your muscles are screaming. You work out hard, brother JM. If you're putting in that kind of workout, your muscles must be begging for replenishment after that kind of training. And that's where a good protein shake, some complex carbohydrates, and creatine. I think creatine is a great supplement, a natural body compound. And man, that's when your muscles will suck those up, and that's when you're going to see results if you can time the post workout nutrition, and just get the eating under control, because really, man, eating is so important. 80% of it, really, if you look at on the big scheme of things, 80% of that is what is going to make your gains. You're like it says on there, training only stimulates, man, and it's raising those muscles up properly, feeding them, cooling them down. I mean, the whole process, and once you learn that, it's amazing. You're going to have to work less, and you're going to see bigger gains.
And I'm going to say this before I give it to you, Coach E. Listen, guys who out there, if you don't have a nutritional regimen, then supplement should do just that. It should supplement what you should doing naturally, and that's eating better. So that's why I put up the picture of the food. So the first thing is, your first approach is is try to get it from a natural source. Okay. But like Brother Bruce said, creatine is a powerful supplement. Now, again, if you're not bringing enough water, be mindful of that. If you're not consistent workout, be mindful of that because your body produces creatine. But if you're not bringing in enough water and you start taking creatine, it's going to go right to your kidneys and stuff like that. So be mindful of that. Coach Ebony,
And,
you got it.
JM's got another question out there for you, dude.
Okay, all right. I can't see the chat right now.
Okay, he says, I normally drink branched chain amino acids while working out. I also eat a lot of frozen vegetables. Are frozen vegetables bad? And simple answer, no.
No.
And see the branched chain amino acids. That's what's in the protein we're looking at on the
there you go.
on the screen there. But
Yeah.
you're taking them in supplemental form, which is cool. But the thing is, a lot of the old school bodybuilders, they used to take those branched chain amino. They were like golf balls, but they'd be chopping those down during workouts. I think science has come a little more advanced now, where the whey protein is loaded with the branched chain amino acids, and those are the 4 amino acids that are the most prominent in your muscle. So I mean, really, man, do some more research. And I think you can get more results. The frozen vegetables are fine, brother. That's a good complex carbohydrate. But you should concentrate on the protein too. The carbohydrates are for energy. The protein is for muscle growth.
Yeah, I would definitely dovetail that. Make sure that when you're doing, like you said, your protein, your branched chain amino acids is fine. Again, I can't add nothing else to that because everything you see in this picture is your branched chain amino acids. It's just in the natural form. So the easy way to do it is that if you consistent working out, I'm just repeating myself. If you consistent working out, then by all means go ahead. But if you feel like you here and there, I like to call it you work out freestyle or nutritional freestyling, then get it from a natural source. Coach E, you got it.
Yep, I totally agree. I think the biggest misconception that people think is because I see a lot of people work out a lot, but they're not consuming enough calories because people are always saying, oh, calorie deficiency, you want to cut your calories, but honestly, if you're working out a lot, you don't want to cut your calories. You need to increase your calories, because I think that's one big thing that I dealt with, and it was a learning process because I was working out a lot. I'm always in the gym and working out, but my calorie intake was under like under 1,000,
Wow.
and that's just really wasn't good but it was just like I was going through this thing where like I just didn't really feel hungry. Like I didn't know what the issue was, and then that's how I knew that I was going backwards and I wasn't seeing the results that I needed to see because I'm doing all this working out, but then I'm only eating like 900 calories. Like I was like, okay, I need about 500, 600 more calories.
Yeah.
Especially because I was burning. That was the thing. I was burning a lot of calories. You got to think I went to a cycle class one time and burnt like 600 calories.
Right.
Right. So yeah, stuff like that. And I just tell you, you need to go to, eat some protein before you go to the gym. Eat some protein when you leave the gym.
Yeah, and then again, too, guys, be mindful of your protein intake. Learn. We gotta do that, Bruce. We gotta tell them how to calculate their protein intake and how to transform their weight to kilograms. We'll do that, guys. We'll do that. Cause me and Brother Bruce been talking. We've been talking on the 101 and about protein and stuff like that. So we're gonna show you guys how to calculate your protein intake, about the quality of protein and the different types of protein: your casein, your egg, your whey, your soy, your plant-based. We're gonna get into that. So that's coming up. Because we don't talk about it enough on behind the scenes. So we're gonna bring that to the forefront. Moving forward. Another one, the third one is poor mindset. And this is a big one for me, guys. I don't know about you, but this is a real big one for me because it's one of those things where you got to have a strong mindset. And your mind state got to be strong to actually achieve anything other than fitness in life. You got to have a strong mindset. Let's get into it. Most people underestimate the power of the mind. Both mind and body are intertwined, that very few realize the impact and the influence that mind has on the body. Okay, going back to what you said at that point, JM, I think it's JM, I won't say JM, the mind-muscle connection. In fact, I'm confident that the most successful natural weightlifters in the world have the highest standard of mindset and attitudes when it comes to reaching their goals. Okay, you got to give up your doubt, and adopt and empower belief about what is possible for you. And I'm gonna sit there and give you guys a backstory. Just like when I talk about the mindset, when that dude shot me up, okay, 4 bullet holes in me, right? Okay, but with that being said, my mindset was, okay, I'm gonna play ball again. I'm gonna play basketball again. So I remember I asked Dr. Scannell, I said, Doc, when I'm gonna be able to play ball again? And she told me, I'm still laying in the hospital bed now. I'm still laying in the hospital bed going through therapy. She told me, ball again, you'll be lucky to walk again without assistance. So I had to walk with a cane for like almost 2 months. I said, nah, dog, I don't walk again. I'm gonna play ball. Since for me, my mindset was the fact that since I walk, you know what I mean? I was able to walk, I'm gonna play ball again. And I did. So if your mindset, if you got a poor mindset, then nothing is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this, I'll give it to you, Bruce. You can sit there and have a friend. That friend will disappoint you. You want to go to the gym, you want to get things done, that friend gonna let you down. I tell people all the time, go ahead and grab your phone, create yourself a playlist. Let that be your friend. Always fall back on yourself. Don't depend on somebody to sit there and help you get to said goal, because people will disappoint you, and it's up to you to do that, to achieve that goal. Because if people start seeing you see results, you know what they're gonna do? Shit, man, I ain't saying that. You know what? Hey man, yeah, well, we'll just go tomorrow, dog. We'll just go tomorrow. We'll go tomorrow. Tomorrow come, something else come up, because they're not saying anything. They see you trying to sit there in the sin. So depend on yourself. Don't depend on nobody else. Go ahead, brother Bruce. You got it.
Oh man, I mean, I could go a million different personal experiences I've had with this, but I mean, the poor mindset, that's not even going to get you out of bed in the morning. You know, I mean,
Good point.
you have to have you have to just think about progressing yourself. You know how your mind. I don't know, personally. I found it until I got that mindset where like going to the gym really molded me. I mean, because I've done crazy things in my life. I bikes, drugs, whatever you want to call it, man. But that discipline of getting up in the morning and going to that gym and then making that my job, where I had to meet clients at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. But see, but I dug that, man. I dug that my mind wanted to do it, my body would allow me to do it, and it just the mindset. And JM is talking about that mind muscle connection, and that is so
Yep.
powerful. I
Yep.
can't forget that, and that's all the mind is going to want to get you in there and stimulate those muscles. Even like if you don't think you have it, just when you're training your biceps next time, just try to will those biceps to get bigger. Concentrate on nothing but those biceps when you're doing those curls. And that's the beginning. You're going to see how that's going to lead to the triceps and the forearms and the delts. And I mean, you'll get everything. Once you get that mind muscle connection, like I said, man, you're on a different level. And a poor mindset, forget that, bro. You can't have a poor mindset and be successful in fitness in general, in life in general. So, man, that's just so important right there, man.
But before I give it to you, Coach E, JM, you was in the building earlier today, man. When I was telling Finis, I was telling him to slow down. You heard me say that a lot. Slow down, contract the muscles at the top. You see what I'm saying? I guarantee you can take a weight. Say you got a weight that you can do 70 pounds. If you take 40 pounds and slow it down and focus on the mind muscle connection and squeeze and contract the muscle on every rep, then I guarantee you that'll be more beneficial than you just sitting there throwing up 70 pounds. So again, you heard me today. You know what I mean? I was telling him he was going wild with his chest press, but he was doing it just to sit there and be done with it. Just to sit there and say, "Oh, cool, I did it." But again, that's important. Yeah, going back to what you said earlier, the mind muscle connection is very real and it's not a myth. Go ahead, Coach. You got it.
Yeah, you definitely have to train your mind, and that's why, like, when I'm coaching people, I always tell, because you can't rely on anybody else, and I always just say you got to continue to think about your goals and your why are you doing this, and always have that in the back of your mind. I always have it written down somewhere or have it on a sticky note. And I mean, I'm big on affirmations. I tell people, come up with you something. I have fitness affirmations, that sometimes I share with people. And I think, that I say, say those affirmations, look at those affirmations that'll help train your mind so you can get in there. Because, like I tell people, it's definitely a mind thing. When I was on my journey, I didn't have anybody. Like, I had one of my clients text me today, and she was like, it'd be the check-ins for me, because I check in with her three times a week. I didn't have that when I was on my journey. It was just me. And I just on days when I didn't want to. I mean, it was days when it would people make up poor excuses. They're like, oh, it's raining, I ain't going to the gym. It was one time I walked to the gym in the rain, to my complex gym, in the rain or whatever, just to go. It's like you don't want to go. It's those days you don't want to go, but it's like once you get in there, and like you said, that playlist I didn't realize until I ain't even gonna tell no lie till 2 months ago what big of a difference that makes. Having a clutch playlist too, having the right songs, because I remember like it's certain songs that can like I think I was like ready to give up on a workout but I like Rick Ross came on, push it to the limit, boom, come on, because that's my boy Rick Ross. I listen to Rick Ross, Kevin Gates, but Rick Ross came on. And it made me go harder, and I went even longer. So yeah, you got to find out what works. You got to find out what works. But yeah, definitely, you got having a clutch playlist that's why I always be asking people on social media, man, what's on y'all playlist when y'all working out on the gym? I like to let people share their playlist with me, and I share my playlist with them because
Yeah. All right, there it is, man. Let's move to the last one. And the last one is, the second to the last one. Copying the wrong damn people, man. Just following and just parasiting and looking at the wrong people, thinking everything is grand. This goes right back to the video I just showed. You know what I'm saying? Just following people like that. You know what I'm saying? And not saying, now here's the thing about it. Granted, the woman did lose a lot of weight and stuff like that, but the information that she's given is wrong as far as like a tutorial how to do said exercise, because she's calling out the wrong body part. I mean, when she's saying that the lady doing the body part, and then the lady doing the wrong exercise. So it's one of those things where, let's get into it. Another common mistake amongst beginners, also amongst more experienced and veteran weightlifters, is copying the wrong people. By wrong people, I mean those with superior genetics or those who have chosen PEDs, performance enhancement drugs, to enhance their training. Okay, and referring to them as wrong people to copy, I don't mean that there is anything wrong with their training method. Clearly has worked for them, but what we are saying here, guys, what we're saying here is that doesn't mean that it's going to work for you as well. Okay, and then the last one, you must discover what works for you and your individual body type. Just like we did the show about mesomorph, endomorph, and ectomorph. Everybody is different. So again, you got to keep in mind what works for you. You know what I mean? What works for Bruce may not work for me, may not work for Coach Ebony, and vice versa. So here's the thing about it. Like you see a lot of times, and it's a plethora of videos on YouTube all day, dime a dozen, your favorite guy doing the exercise. And I was coming through the ranks, again, like I said in the opening, the biggest thing that I did was behind the neck pull downs, because I used to see either Arnold Schwarzenegger doing them or Paul Dillette doing them, or somebody that I used to like and look up to and was like, oh man, they doing it, so it works for me. But that's actually the wrong thing to do. Find out what works for you, because everybody is different. From a cardio standpoint, okay, brother Bruce like walking. Hell, I like cycling. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna find out what's gonna work for me and what's gonna benefit me and what's gonna give me the most bang for my buck, than just going out there saying, well, since brother Bruce walking, so I guess I better do it.
Well, Duke, I don't walk because it's my favorite form of cardio, bro. After 67 years in this game, man, I'm lucky I'm walking, but that's all I can bear, man. I would much rather jog. I would much rather get in the weight room and bang iron. But hey, man, I'm hanging in there. And the thing is, you have to, like it says, you understand your individual body. And if you can't do it, you don't push it. I mean, I'm not going to go in there and I'm not going to hang with 30-year-old guys like I used to do, man. It's just not in the cards. I'd be in traction for months, man. But I accept that. But I know I can keep myself in decent shape by eating properly, by doing a form of cardio that I choose, and like Sister Ebony was saying, get that music in the head. I put on some Aretha Franklin, starting off with Dark Sides of the Streets, and I mean, Google just kind of takes it from there. But man, that music and those miles, the fresh air, coming home, getting some protein in my body, and that's what it's all about. And if I can share that to people out there, bro, that's what makes this a beautiful thing, man.
You mean like I said, create a playlist? No, I'm messing. No, but
well, Duke, we're all saying the same thing We just
I'm
say
messing with you, fam.
but I'm serious about that though, because man, I
Yeah.
take this serious as a heart attack, bro.
Yeah,
I joke
yeah.
around. I'll joke
It,
around with anybody, but this is the
it
real
is.
deal.
It is. It is. It's one of those things that we gotta be mindful of. Like you said, you can't. Like right now, I remember the doctor told me, and I give it to you, Ebony. Like the doctor told me, like when I had my last knee surgery, he said, "Look, your sprinting days is over. Now I can run, but I like to sprint." He said, "Nah, you done with that." So I had to pick up something else, and that's cycling. So go ahead, Coach. You got it.
JM's got a question after.
Actually, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna say I'm good on that. But JM said, how much cardio a week you recommend for someone that is not trying to lose weight but to increase muscle?
All right, first of all, wrong question. It's not how much cardio a week. Because what are you going to do? You're going to do nothing for the weekday, and then weekend you're going to go out and do 20 hours. So you should do a half hour of cardio every day, and that's just cardio. You should include it into your daily activities, like walk a little more, take the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I mean, a good hour. If you can get on a bicycle, a treadmill, a climber, 1 hour once a day is optimal.
I would say this. It depends on his goals, though. I would sit there and definitely say it depends on his goals. Like if he can do that, then that's good. So I don't know his fitness level. Like if you can, like well, Brother Bruce you did say that. If you can do it, then yeah, I would sit there and say 30 minutes to 1 hour is you know what I mean, it suffice. If you can do that. You know what I mean? Based off your fitness level.
Well, you know what I found? Like we said this before, the best time to do your cardio is either first thing in the morning on an empty stomach or after you get through with a strenuous weight train. Because the reason for that is your body is glycogen deplete. After cardio, your body looks for something a fuel source. If you have the least amount of carbs you have in your body, that's the least amount of glycogen that your liver is going to produce, and your body will look for another fuel source. And it will key on fat because it prefers fat over protein. So that's a little gem that we'd like to throw in there. But cardio, you definitely want to plan your cardio and plan the time you're doing it to get the most out of it.
And yeah, so what was this question again? How much
cardio a week is recommended for someone?
Okay. Yeah. They knocked that out. Ebony and Bruce knocked that out. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Home run.
Yeah. And the last one, guys, man, is having balance. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into it. And this is right here. This is something that I've seen in the gym. And I still, every now and then, I may just visit a gym and see the same thing. Women usually head straight for the cardio machines when they enter the gym. When young men come into the gym, they head straight for the weights. The guys hit the weights while the ladies do the cardio in hopes of reaching their goals. I'm here to inform you that when weightlifting and cardio is not balanced, both sexes are missing out. Read to the second bullet point. Ladies, you cannot get toned, lean muscles just by doing cardio. Also, guys, you cannot get lean and ripped just by hitting the weights. You need to do cardio to help melt away some of the body fat. So that's just facts, man. It's just, I mean, be honest with you, just like what Brother Bruce just said. You got to sit there and have a combination of both. Like I said, right now, I have picked up walking at the end of the night. I'm doing like 1.5 miles. You know what I mean? Towards the end of the night, getting a mile and a half in, and I'm combining that with my workouts to actually cut down on some. Get down to body fat of 10%. So you got to have both. I mean, once you combine both of them together, man, you're a bad man or woman. I'll let you get it, Coach Ebony or Bruce.
Bruce got it.
No, I mean, I thought we went through this, but absolutely. I mean, a balance that's really a philosophy of life. And everything you do, you balance your cardio and your weights. Oh, I mean, I think I expounded on that, but I mean that includes so many aspects. You know, balancing things. You know, balancing your diet, everything, your relationship. I mean, bro, it all goes hand in hand. But you know, what we talk about in here, the bottom line is if you're not healthy, nothing in life is going to be balanced. You're going to have to take from this, give to that. I mean, a balance in life includes everything, and especially right here, we're talking about training. You get your cardio and you get your weight training, and if you neglect either one of those, it's not going to work. You're going to have an unbalance in your physique and your psyche, everything, man. You know, keep those two together in your program, and I wouldn't do one without the other. I mean, really, man. I did my cardio in the gym after the training, or first thing in the morning on an empty stomach on not gym days. But back then, man, I worked in the gym, so every day was a gym day.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this, man. Like even like your your cardio. You know what I'm saying? Like your cardio don't have to be well, let's sit there and say your weight training. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be something that what you see me do today. It don't gotta be it can be push-ups, it can be something else. It can be, but as long as you have a balance, that's the main thing. Is try to balance both of them out. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where most women they do. I see it all the time. The first thing they do, they'll put their bags up, go to the locker room, and then come back out and go straight to the cardio deck and spend 45 minutes on there and then do like 10 minutes of working out. You see what I'm saying? And men, they're coming to the gym, you know what I mean, go straight to the weight rack and probably just neglect the whole cardio deck immediately. Just after they work out, neglect everything. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have a balance between the two. You got to have a balance. Go ahead, Coach E.
Yeah, it's just a lot of women really still to this day don't realize about the whole getting your because that's one thing I ask people all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, well, I just want to tone. Why are you really trying to get smart? But I want to tone." But then I see them get on the elliptical and they get on the treadmill and they do all these things. And I think it's just because of poor education, not being educated, and
Right.
also a lot of women are scared to go to the weights.
Yep.
And a lot of women are also bothered by the fact that it be like too many men in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear it all the time. A lot of women saying, well, I don't know how to use the machine or and I was just me and this other coach, we was just saying like how, some gyms, like the gym I go to, they have an app that'll show you how to use the machine. You can ask. I mean, sometimes guys, they'll stop you and say, hey, you doing it wrong. You need to do it like this or whatever. But I just think that, women out of fear a lot of times go to just do cardio, and then a lot of it is lack of education because
Yep.
if you're right, if you want to tone, doing the elliptical and the treadmill and getting on the bicycle and doing those same, because I know people that they do the same 3-4 machines every time, and that's not going to do anything. You're going to see the weight loss, your numbers, but that's not going to be fat loss. And it's a big difference. A lot of people don't really realize. They just saying, oh, well, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I don't want to, but muscle weighs more than fat.
Facts, man. Facts. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm saying. And it's one of those things where what we talking about here is check the chat real quick. Round going AB Games, so G, JM. How much cardio? Okay, cool. Got that. Cool. What you raising your hand for AB Games? What you got on that? What you got going on, girl?
I think she agreeing to what I was saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about going to eat some tacos or something like that. She like tacos. Chimichanga and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But no, real talk. But those are the 5 things that, especially with the youth, when you get young people, you know what I'm saying, they especially young guys. I got to talk about the young guys for a minute. When young guys go to the gym, you know what I mean, the first thing they do is just run to that cardio deck. Run to that weight training area, and then they go straight over to that flat bench. That's one of the main warehouse right there. Flat bench. Let's go to flat bench. Like I said before, guys, especially with the guys, I'm picking on you guys right now. Men love to work what they can see, and they'll neglect what they can't see. So if you're looking into the mirror, what you see mostly, your chest, your biceps, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your shoulders and stuff like that. But what you can't see the real delts. You can't see your trapezius muscle. You can't see the rhomboids. You can't see the latissimus dorsi muscle. You can't see your glutes. You can't see your hamstrings. You can't see your calves. So you'll kind of put those on the back burner and work on what you can see. What you said right here, I'm saying, okay, cool. I have an Apple Watch that tells me how many miles I have walked through the day. Okay, cool. I can replace my cardio with a daily walk if I have walked a lot throughout the day. Or do I need to use time dedicated for cardio? That's fine. If it's working for you, then that's fine. It's one of those things that like your Apple Watch and stuff. I tell people, here's the thing about, let me say this about your cardio machines, guys. When you go to the gym, your cardio machine. Your cardio machines, don't look at the calories that displayed up there. Because if you look at one thing is, you look at the watch, your Android or Apple Watch, whatever the case will be, that calorie different is going to be different. The way you track it is your distance and your time, they're going to be more accurate. So if you're on the treadmill, once you do you want to do 5 miles or 4 miles, whatever the case may be, look at the distance and your time use that, you know what I mean, as your barometer to sit there and track your progress. Don't look at the calories. Oh, I don't burn 500 calories on your watch. But you look at the machine, it's saying, 435 or something like that. So look at the distance and the time, use that right there. So yeah, JM, you can do that. That's fine. You can use the app. Yeah, that's fine. I'm saying, so what she said, I'm a woman. I am the woman she was talking about. Okay, cool. Just for the I told you that chimichanga's in effect, man. I told y'all thought I was playing. So yeah, man. But we getting ready to close it out. Let me drop this link real quick. If anybody want to come up, you know what I'm saying, before we close it out, you can contribute to the conversation. Feel free
Can I say another thing to JM, Duke?
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, bro. That's additional. That cardio that you're doing while you're walking, the miles that your Apple Watch is calculating for you, that's gonna make you better. But when you get into that gym, because you just told me you're in that gym for 2 hours a day, bro, you're gonna dedicate a half hour on that treadmill and intense cardio. I'd say fuck the treadmill. Get on the stair climber, get on the bicycle, and I want to see some sweat on that floor when you're done. And that's cardio. That's fat burning cardio. What you're doing is going to keep you healthy. It's going to keep you. It's just general health cardio. But if you're the gym rat that you say you are, bro, you're going to have to get on that one of those machines, one of those hard machines, the one that you don't like the most. If you don't like the step machine, get on that, bro. Start with 20 minutes, work your way up to a half hour, but do that after a vigorous weight training, and you're going to see the difference. But keep walking as much as you can, man. Keep track on that Apple Watch. But when you get into the gym, that's like going to church, man. You're in there to pray, and you pray, you bleed, man. To me, sweating is bleeding. So that's what it's all about there, man. If you're going to be a standout, then you have to incorporate in every aspect of your life. And don't say because I walked a lot, I'm not going to have to do cardio, man. You're a dog, bro. Do that cardio after that training session, man.
Yeah, JM. So in other words, what Brother Bruce is trying to say is get out of that steady state of cardio. Intensify your cardio a little bit, like he said before. Like that stepper he's talking about, it's a real big one. It's a big black one. If you get on that thing, man, and start working that. Yeah. What's that, brother?
I said like you, Duke, a big black one.
Yeah, like me. A big Damn right. All fire, no smoke. Damn right. It's a real big one. It's an old one. It's been around for years and years and years. It's called the Stairmaster. But right there and crank that thing out. You know what I'm saying? That right there is way more beneficial. You're gonna burn a lot more calories on that beast.
Oh, man. Yeah. You drop 700-800 calories on that thing in an hour.
Easy, man. Easy with no problem. So again, man, we're gonna start closing it out. Let's start with Coach E. If anybody want to come up, feel free to come up, man. If not, Coach E, go ahead and start doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Good, man. This is a good topic. Very, very good topic, because a lot of people need to know about this. The mistakes that we as youth make in the gym all the time. Even like you said, some older people. But it's just more about, you got to educate yourself. Make sure you educate yourself. And as we can see tonight, that everything on the internet you cannot believe, no matter how many views or followers a person have. You want to make sure you are getting somebody that's certified, that's actually trained and know what they're doing, to ask them for advice, so you can make sure you're doing the right thing, because stuff like that can cause injury, and then it could discourage people, because individuals see all that stuff, and then they'll be wondering why they're not hitting their marks and achieving their goals. So it's just very important to always educate yourself, reach out to somebody, and just stay educated, and continue to follow the channel, and ask Brother Bruce or Big Duke. They are very experienced and educated. So that's all I have.
Salute. Jake Smith said, "Are you gonna have a video talking about hormone replacement therapy?" Man, I don't need, man.
Bro, that's not a bad question, and I am on hormone replacement therapy.
Right, I know. That's what I was saying. It was.
What I take is the exact thing that the bodybuilders take when they're doing cycles. I just take it under a doctor's care, and it's in smaller doses. But that would be a real interesting show. And That's all I want to say about that. And if you want me to end it, Duke, I just want to say tonight was a beautiful show, man. I mean, I came in here, I didn't have anything on my mind. Duke just said we're going to talk about building muscle and keeping muscle, and man, you know, it's from the heart. I like to tell you things that with experiences that I've had, and you know, things that have worked. And man, you know, it was a great topic. It was a great show. I felt a lot of positive vibes coming from the chat, man. And you know, I'm glad that we could help anybody if we did. And I mean, this is what it's all about, man. Because we just saw this, a lot of misinformation out there. But Duke and I and Coach Ebony, a grinder sometimes, man. You know, we come here on Friday nights, and you know, sometimes we sound redundant. We're preaching the same thing, but bro, it's real simple. We're preaching health, and we're preaching how to get healthy and live longer. And you know, that's the bottom line. And the benefits are you're going to look better. You're going to have more energy, where you can do other things. You can make more money. You can treat your loved ones better. But that's why we come here. That's why we're going to keep coming here. And you know, thank you all for being a part of it, man. God bless.
Salute, man. Salute. And I'm not going to keep you guys. I'm not going to keep up here. But I just want to say this, man. Again, that's just some of the 5 things that we don't came across as far as like, especially with younger people who trying to get into the gym and trying to get right, is that, you know what I mean, having that balance. I mean, overtraining, copying the wrong people, poor mindset, and not consuming enough protein and calories and stuff like that. And I think one of the next shows we're going to talk about is protein consumption. Again, it's a plethora of proteins out there. Some of them are going to be good for you. Some of them is bad for you. It's a lot of, I mean, mid-tier, higher tier, and all that stuff, lower tier, from plant protein to whey protein to casein protein, time-release protein, pea protein, whole host of them. And also, I think we're going to show you guys how to calculate your protein intake, how there is a formula for that. We can sit there. You're going to have to sit there and take your weight, convert it to kilograms and stuff like that moving forward. So yeah. I had that. I actually tried that, JM, the ghost protein. It's a lot of flavors in that right there. It's a ton of flavors in that. I actually tried that one time, but I like the I'm sold on the Redcon right now, the MRE Light. I think I'm gonna review that as well. So with everything being said, I'm not gonna keep you. Thank you guys for being here in the building, man. On your way out, if you haven't already, Jake Smith, this is the first time me seeing you in here. Hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and also, guys, don't be shy about supporting the damn channel, man. Y'all know what time it is over here. Support the damn channel, man. We do appreciate you guys, and we're not even gonna get an outro today, so I'm gonna let you guys enjoy your weekend. That's my time from Coach Ebony, Bruce Goals, the #1 grinder, Big Duke, all fight, no smoke, man. We out here. Peace.
Salute.